Hi and welcome to Simple IELTS Solutions. My name's Simon and I'm an IELTS teacher and I'm here to help you get the best score possible in your IELTS test. Talking about IELTS speaking today, and one of the latest topics that has just come out, and it's quite an interesting topic because it's one that I've seen many of my students get confused with. And it's the first time I've seen them asking this question in IELTS. And these questions are about lending things and about borrowing things. Now, many people get these two very confused. So many of my students get confused between lending and borrowing. So if I give my brother £10 and he says that he's going to give it back to me, have I lent it to him or have I borrowed it to him? Let me know in the comments box what you think. So if I give my brother £10, have I lent it to him or have I borrowed it to him? The correct answer is I lent it to him. He borrowed it from me. So when we lend something is when we give something with the promise that someone's going to give it back sometime in the future. And if we borrow something, it means that we take something of somebody else's on the promise that we will give it back in the future. Let's have a look at these part 1 IELTS speaking questions that have recently come up. So the first question is about books. Have you borrowed books from other people? Pretty simple questions. Have you borrowed books from other people? So what would my answer be to that? I would say absolutely. You could say certainly, you could say definitely. So that's a discourse marker. It's telling them what I think. And then I'm going to say why or when. So I say absolutely. I was always borrowing books from my friends in the early 90s and noughties because books were the only way that we could entertain ourselves because digital media didn't exist. Okay, what's the next question? Let's have a look. Have you ever borrowed money from other people? Have you ever borrowed money from other people? So what would my answer be? I'd say definitely. However, I don't make a habit of being a borrower because the idiom says never a lender or borrower be, because that will make you unhappy. And I don't want to be in debt to anybody. And I don't want to feel like I owe anything to anybody. Right, let's look at one last question from this topic. So how do you feel when people do not return things they borrowed from you? How do you feel when people do not return the things they borrowed from you? So it's really an opinion question. It's asking about what you think and how you feel. So what would my answer be? I would say I feel absolutely terrible when I don't get back the things that I lend out. Although it has been a learning experience over the years, and these days I very seldomly lend out what I wouldn't be happy if I lost. So I'll only lend out things if I'd be happy losing them. So this little tiny video was just about one of the topics that's come up, which is lending and borrowing. Make sure you know the difference and make sure you can talk about lending and borrowing. If you found this useful, hit the like button and also subscribe. I've got loads more videos on simple IELTS solutions, and I really look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.